Please remember to like, subscribe, and never forget to ring that bell.
What is up, everybody? I am Chris Knight. This is Khaos Central's The Bad Batch Roundtable, talking about Episode 6 today, Tribe. And with me are the usual suspects, as we like to say around here. And two people on the top here with me seem to have an issue with one another. But we'll let them talk first, and we'll go around the panel and have everybody tell you about their channels, what they do, where they're at, where you can find them. And we will start with the supreme hater of Mike Tomlin, Mr. Comic Chat, Danny. Please tell everybody about yourself.
Now I'm the supreme hater of Kyrie Irving. He going to the damn Clippers. Shit.
Anyway.
This is Danny K. Comic Chat, champion hater of Mike Tomlin. Big supporter of JJ, Sith Lord. We're doing the streaming in his honor. So you can find me later on tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Storms Live, and you can find me tomorrow, the first Monday of the month, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be doing my show, Chaotic Conversation, and the top would be a few of my favorite things. So tune in tomorrow if you're not doing anything. I think it's going to be a pretty interesting stream.
All right, very good. Up next, it's Anzo, the number one cop hater, as he's saying here.
Absolutely, 100%. And you just see what I was saying about the black on black hate. Look, Danny has it right there in his headline. Hating on black coaches. Now he hates Kyrie Irving. You know what I mean? This is what I'm talking about, guys. We need to silence Mr. Comic Chat over here, Danny Graham. But other than that, Big Ford Entertainment. Yeah, and let's get into this Bad Batch episode. Love you, because it wasn't for you. Oh man, it wasn't for you.
This guy hates Michael Jordan, and he hates Steph Curry. I wonder what color they are.
Don't necessarily hate them.
Oh yeah, I can show you receipts what you call Steph Curry.
Well, Steph Curry isn't really black; he's a high yellow.
Okay.
Whoa.
Kind of like KC quarterback. What I just said the other day that you shot.
I forgot about him too. Yeah, that's true.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
All right, before this string gets taken down for some serious hate talking.
Oh goodness!
They're gonna look at this thing and say, "There's a white boy here leading this stream. It must be hate speech."
Yeah. You're gonna be like, "Look, you got a bunch of black guys hating on other black guys."
Look at those toms.
You know.
All right, guys. Shifty, tell everybody about yourself.
I'm Shifty. You can find me on Twitter. That's about it.
Okay.
Why you got your own channel yet, Shifty? You better have your channel.
Well, I do have a channel, but it's mostly stuff I find amusing. I post.
Danny,
I haven't really.
Do we really want to listen to Shifty?
No, but I'm trying to give more support since he's part of the gang. But would I go over there? No, I probably wouldn't.
You know what I mean?
Crazy.
Well, I might start posting videos once I get all the created stuff I'm doing up and running. So
Okay, and there you go. Dandelion, tell everybody about yourself.
Dandelion Fluff. I do not have a channel. I just, like to come and hang out. I do have an Instagram. If you want to follow me on that, it's Dandelion Fluff. You will know it because there's a tiny, tiny, tiny picture of dandelions.
The other one share their own channel.
And last but not least, it's the Austinette. That's what she said.
Yeah, that's what she said. Hello, everybody. I'm the Austinator, and I'm a masochist for watching this show. You guys could find me, later tonight, because we had to push up one of the DC animated movie reviews. We're actually reviewing Death of Superman tonight. Wow. And then on Wednesdays, we're reviewing Constantine, City of Demons, and Saturday, we're reviewing Reign of the Supermen. So go check those out. And you can usually find me on the Bad Batch Roundtable here, usually on Sundays, or else something happens, and then it just happens whenever it happens. And you can find me on Zach Axiol's channel on Saturdays, every other Saturday. No, the 8th this week for Scream 4, and you can find me on Anime Talk, where we just talk anime. This week we're talking Death Note, so just go and check me out. Chris, thanks for having me on. I can't wait to talk about this episode.
All right, then let's do it. As you guys know, we're going to talk about what we liked, what we didn't like, our grades, overall thoughts. And that is where we're going to start. We're going to talk about our overall thoughts. And let's just start with Dandelion, because I don't know if you've been on one of these yet. So we're going to start with you.
I was on the first one, maybe the second one. And then you kept having them when I couldn't be here because I was at work.
You make it sound like I do that.
You do it on purpose. I know you hate me. It's fine. Okay. It's fine. I'm down with it. Whatever.
Then I guess you're not first.
Overall, I quite enjoyed this. I quite enjoyed this episode. Because, it has several of my favorite things in it. So, Wookiees, yay. Trees, yay. So, yeah, positive thoughts about the episode overall.
All right. Okay. Let's see here. Let's go to Austinator.
Well, everybody's going to be very surprised, but I did not hate this episode. I actually thoroughly enjoyed it for what it was.
Wonders never cease.
Again, it still has the same problems as the last couple of episodes, but it was at least enjoyable enough to where I can at least say, yeah, it was all right.
Okay. Shifty.
It was another filler episode, but it was awesome. I don't know if there's a lot to talk about, but I enjoyed it.
Okay. Anzo.
My overall thoughts is many more episodes of this show do we have?
All right.
How many are left?
I hope not too many.
No. This was 6, so 10 more?
10. Yeah, 10.
Okay.
I'm waiting to hear Anzo do something to signify he's poking his eyes out or something. I don't know.
Those are my overall thoughts. That's it.
Listen. I mean, there's lots of weed where you're at, and that should help you get through the episode.
You can't smoke enough weed to get through this show.
And it's
wow! I am shocked here. Dandelion Flo said that she usually Miss Positivity.
I am Miss Positivity, but you still cannot smoke enough weed.
God,
get high enough to for this show to for it. Weed doesn't help this show. Is all I can say. I enjoy the show for what it is. But it's not a weed-enhanced show.
You know what this show did for me when I smoked some weed and watched it? It put my ass to sleep.
I can believe that.
Okay. Danny, what did you think? Overall thoughts?
I think it's one of the better ones. To me, like I've always said, man, when you add a lightsaber to Star Wars, it just enhances whatever product it is. Something now, because that fight scene with Rey and Kylo Ren in the last movie was like, but for the most part, I see lightsabers. I'm feeling somewhat happy because to me, that's what it's about. Jedi, Sith doing their thing, seeing how powerful they are, seeing how crafty they are. And to me, this was all right. And the first time, I think the second time I ever seen a Wookiee, I think they showed a Wookiee Padawan, if I'm not mistaken, in the Clone Wars in one of the episodes.
Didn't they have Wookiees last season on this show too?
This is the same character.
Or was it the same? Is it the same Wookiee?
Yeah.
I didn't get that impression.
I don't remember seeing a
No, I remember them rescuing some Wookiees, but I didn't think this was that Wookiee.
Same Wookiee, yeah, same Wookiee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you could tell by the tooth.
Right.
Yeah, well, this was definitely one of the better ones. Much better than last week's. So I hope this is a sign that they're heading in a more positive, more fan friendly direction. I didn't hate it.
I will go along with the didn't hate it. It was a fairly enjoyable episode. There were some cool things. Like Danny said, you add a lightsaber, it helps things. And there's several things that happened in this episode I think might be leading us down what this season's going to be about. So it only took 6 episodes to really maybe hit something that I saw that I'm like, okay. I mean, and they've shown it several times, but I think what we're going to kind of start focusing on is some things that happened in this episode. So, let's do, everybody make sure you vote if you're watching. If you're watching after the fact, guys, stick around and we do tell you how the vote turned out and stuff. And then you can kind of gauge where you're at with everybody else. But let's go to what we liked about the episode. And I will start with Miss Dandelion Fluff again. Go ahead.
Oh, what did I like? Okay, like I said before, I like Wookiees because Wookiees are always cool. I like that there was giant trees because I love trees because, you know, that's my thing. Trees are my jam. I actually was hiking yesterday and there were giant trees, so that was nice. I thought the story was like a good, solid story. And it actually added to what I hope will be the overall plot of them kind of finding some actual purpose that's not just keeping Omega away from the Empire. Like there needs
never
to be,
finishing a mission fully. Like always.
Yeah, they really need to like focus down on, you know. Well, like I said, you know, obviously they're probably going to be on the good guys' side, which is fine. Just they need to sort of, you know, steer them in that direction. There's been lots of hints of it all season. Actually, I thought that that previous episode, which I didn't get to comment on, was quite good with Crosshair. That's his name, yeah? Crosshair? I thought that was an interesting episode.
You thought last week's episode was good?
That was a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
With Crosshair, right? That's the other, the not with them Bad Batch dude? Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked that episode.
That was like 2 episodes. I think the one after that was the race.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
And then last week,
but Chris started having these shows on weekdays at 4:00 my time when I'm still at work. So
I really don't know what you're talking about. I don't.
I'll agree with Danny Line 1,000% that weed would not help last week's episode. I don't think weed, cocaine, heroin. I don't think none of that shit would help last week's episode.
Yeah, last week was a little weak. I think I saw it. I didn't think I watched it till I don't know. I don't even remember when I watched it. I know I watched it, but I don't even remember what happened. Was it the race one last week?
Last week was when they went on that quest with the Wanda Sykes.
Oh, right. With the Godzilla creature thingy zapping everyone. Gotcha. Yeah.
The strongest narcotic on the planet would not help that.
But anyway, like I said, I thought the Wookiees were cool. I always enjoy Wookiees, like their culture is interesting. Way cooler than Ewoks, who I don't like. Wookiees are much of a cooler character. And like
how about the licking cats, Dandelion? You like those?
The great big cats? No,
the licking cats.
No cats. Thanks. Although look, I got the nice T-shirt, and it's got like here. It's like dandelion, but it's got like lion heads, and then it's got the leaves are little like dandelion paws. It's hard to see because of my stupid thing, but anyway.
And they lick too.
They will not lick me. It's a shirt. Cats have gross tongues. That's all I have to say. Okay, that's all I have to say.
Oh God.
I have some negatives that I'll talk about in a minute.
I know what you're getting at, Danny. Stop it.
No. There's this game, and whenever you win it,
yeah, split the room. I just cat licks, gross.
When she wins because it's funny.
I won't even play that game anymore because everyone tries to make me win. And that's the grossest thing ever. All right, who's up next?
Next will be Danny. Danny, tell everybody about what you like.
Definitely, like I said earlier, before I go into it, Anzo, even though you're a copy you are a master intro maker. I just watched the intro you made for me. Fire, brother. I appreciate it.
No problem.
I definitely like the lightsabers. I hope that this is heading into a direction of what we're going to see what happened to the Jedi that were purged out of the Order 66. We saw a little bit of that. They talked about it a little bit. So hopefully we'll see the Bad Batch go in that direction. Maybe they're trying to find other. Maybe their new mission be like to save those, or go out and seek and find the Jedi that maybe need saving, or the Padawans maybe need saving, and reunite them with their,
That'd be cool.
Whatever race they are, or whatever. That would be kind of cool to see that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I said, I think Star Wars was built around the power and the strength of the Jedi and the Sith, and when we see that in living color in either live action or either in cartoon form, animated form, that's what I want to see. So this is, like I said, the second best episode so far this year, this season. So I was happy with it, pleased with it. Not something I'm going to write home about, but something I don't hate.
Okay, very good. Anzo.
I like the fact that there was a lightsaber in it. You know what I mean? When he grabs the lightsaber from the robot, I was like, okay, that's interesting. But other than that, that's about it. She'll put me to sleep twice, so.
Damn.
And the negatives are going to be a little bit more, but yeah, there's that.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Shifty. Hey, you know what?
Just turn off your camera.
I didn't have time to. So sorry. Shifty.
What? Yeah.
What?
Okay.
What?
Huh?
Yeah.
I like just about everything in the episode. I like the Wookiees. I like the Jedi Wookiees. I like Kashyyyk. I like the big cat mounts. I like foosball. Vicky Valancourt showed me her boobies. I like them too. They need to make toys out of them cats, man. Those are badass, man. I mean, it's too bad they don't have a toy line running right now while the show's airing. I don't understand that, because they could have so many crossover sales right there. Like, buy your cat mounts now. I mean, I don't understand it. Back in the day, that they would have like all sorts of toys for this stuff. Now they only cater to like 40-year-old collectors. It's no fun. But the episode was fun. I liked it. Also, like the first nod to the Mandalorian and Grogu's ongoing storyline with the mention of Gungi being bought for a purpose. They're supposedly going to expand upon that before season's end and do that little crossover deal, supposedly. So we'll have to see.
Anything else?
No.
Okay. Then Ostinator.
All right. Gonna basically echo what everybody said. I liked Gungi. He was fun. It's great seeing a Jedi and a lightsaber again, because, God, I miss those days. Memories. It was cool seeing Kashyyyk again, because, again, the memories of past and how good we had it. Oh. It was, and it's really cool seeing how, like, what happened to Kashyyyk after Order 66, because we already knew that the Empire would probably already took control of it, more than likely after when Yoda left. But it was interesting hearing that they were using Tradoshans to mine their resources, essentially, which I thought that was kind of neat and a nice expansion of it. The action was fun again, because again there was a Jedi there, and lightsaber combat is very interesting to me. I actually like the design of the lightsaber too. It had like a wooden quality to it. Like, it had like a little bit of wood to it. I don't know if it was just the coloring of it, but it looked cool. I like Gungi's reaction to the Bad Batch, because after Order 66, I mean, Gungi probably had to have been with clone troopers, or at least around them. So seeing like clones, essentially, and just be like, oh, what the hell? And it was kind of interesting, and I agree with Dandelion. The Wookiees were fun too. especially the one that gave Wrecker a huge bowl of water, and I was like, yeah, that's a cool Wookiee. And the giant cats too were fun.
Was that just water? I didn't get the feeling that was just water.
It might have been herbs, but water and herbs.
It looked like something pretty disgusting because other Bad Batch members wasn't having it at first.
It was like nectar.
I assumed it was something alcoholic.
Yeah, alcoholic nectar or something.
Mm-hmm. And Wrecker knew what it was because he's obviously had it. Because he's like, oh, here, you're missing out. It's like he knew.
Yeah, he knew what it was.
Drinks whatever liquor is unavailable.
Well, maybe then he knew. He knew. All right. Anything else?
And I also did like the giant cats too. I thought they were kind of adorable, and also I want a giant cat to ride. Like,
even though boy, there are so many things to be said about that comment alone.
I'd fall off those suckers so fast, them leaping around everywhere. Nope, I'd be like on my ass in like 3 seconds.
Oh God!
You'd have to like attach yourself to the cat thing. There's no way you could hold on.
Ostinator wants a giant pussy to ride.
Wow.
I'll second that.
Maybe not a giant pussy.
Okay. That's what she said.
And I just heard how he said it. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like,
it's okay, Ostinator.
He wants the cat to ride. Even though the cat, as we well know if you watch the wrap up, is his sleep paralysis demon.
Well, yeah, I mean, that cat literally can shapeshift and, like, do so many crazy things. It's like, imagine waking up and seeing a cat, like, literally turn into origami. Like,
yeah.
Wouldn't that be a little...
Split the Room cat is freaky.
I mean, it's a cat that wears a suit. Of course it's going to be weird.
Okay.
All the more reasons to never play Split the Room. Ostinator will join us, Chris.
Maybe.
Anything else?
Do I have anything else? Honestly, I don't really have much else. It was solid. I liked it. It's just I'll get into my problems with it once we get into our negatives. So.
Okay. And Shifty, you gave everybody else giving it with me. So I did like that. I believe this is leading to an overall arcing, the overall season's arc, because this is one of like 3 or 4 times they have caught the Empire aiding groups to do something for them. And what I think this is showing is that what they're seeing is the Empire on the surface is trying to be the saviors of the galaxy. Hey, we're going to help you. We're going to get you food. We're going to come in and bring order to everything. And what they're seeing and what they're going to probably start realizing they have to go against is all this, seedy underbelly, the criminal aspects that they're doing, because the Empire isn't technically, they are doing it, but they're definitely the ones subsidizing it. So I think that's going to be part of that overall arc. So I really did like that. It was neat seeing Kashyyyk, Jedi. You guys mentioned that before. I don't know. I think that everybody got a good amount of screen time. I think everybody worked together. It didn't feel like anybody was, I don't know. It just seemed like this episode, for having all of them in it, was fairly well written, with their interactions with one another. They split them up a little here, they split them up there, but they all were still doing things together to help. It just felt better than most of these, because most of these, it's like, we've made the joke. Omega gets lost, Omega does this, and then they have to go and save her, or this or that, or they get split up because of something. This didn't feel just disjointed like that. So those were some things I liked. What's going on? Good to see you, Tim. David, good to see you. Make sure you guys vote in the poll right there. Let's go to things we didn't like. And since Anzo is so vocal, let's start with Anzo this time. Things you did not like, Anzo.
All right. So first off, I'm just gonna say one of my biggest issues. That's not really with the episode. It's the fact that we're how many episodes in, and we have no idea what the plot of this series is yet.
It's 7.
You know what I mean?
It's the 7th
Yep.
one.
7,
The
yeah.
6th one.
So we're just going into strictly missions and side stories and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, can we get on with like the real plot of the show? Now, I don't know how you said there was 16 episodes, I guess, or something like that. And I get that maybe there's a slow burn or whatever, but at some point you have to give us something. And I think they should have done that a few episodes ago, you know, and then they could have went back to doing their mission or whatever it is. But so far there's like nothing with those story, all like the plot. And that's
I thought they should have done it last year. Like, pick a lane, right? I mean, they could do all these missions, but they should have an overarching like purpose.
Exactly, right. And we haven't got that yet. So that's one of my biggest issues. That's the thing I really don't like about the show right now.
Okay. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay. Interested to hear what Austinator has to say. Austinator, dislikes.
All right, first up, the mission they were on for Sid. Once again, I can't believe we're sounding like broken records, but they have not succeeded in doing a mission in 7 episodes. You would think that this could have been, you know, character development for them to, you know, I don't know, do something right, but no, they don't. Instead, it almost went well. Almost, and then they were just like, nah, there's a Wookiee Jedi, we're just gonna go save him instead. Like, guys, do your job. And yeah, Anzo said it best too. Like, we're 6 episodes in, and what's the story? Like, I'm sounding like a broken record. My headline should literally just say broken record at the bottom. But we're 6 episodes in. Where are we going with this? And where are we going with this? What's the plot? Why are they just failing missions every episode? I mean, the Wookiee Jedi was fun and enjoyable, but again, is this going to mean anything? I hope it does, but at the end of the day, I just don't see it. So, yeah, those are really just my negatives.
Okay. Shifty.
Same as everyone else. You know, they should have dived head first into the storyline so far, 6 episodes in. They've definitely planted 3 seeds so far of where they could be going. The first is the Crosshair episode, you know, that we could have a clone rebellion coming up, or, you know, something with Crosshairs coming back to the group. And then you got this week the mention of Gunji being captured and was going to be sold, possibly to tie in with the Grogu and the Emperor's cloning process storyline. And there was something else that I can't remember off the top of the head that was mentioned, I think, last week, but or the week before. But oh yeah, the thing with Sid back in the racing episode. At some point, she's probably going to turn on the group. So they definitely have planted seeds. We just need to get the train rolling. You know, it's been too long.
Okay. All right. Dandelion.
Well, Sid will probably turn on them if they keep fucking up missions.
Yeah. Would you blame her at this point? I mean, you would have thought they'd been fired by now. Like, okay, you know what, guys? Stop living in my place. Stop drinking my drink. Stop eating at my place.
Yeah, but they say they're live 2 episodes ago, so that goes a long way.
My negatives are just strictly about this particular episode. Okay, there was some seriously lazy storytelling in this one. Omega wanders off again. Like, holy fuck, put a leash on that girl. Like, does she ever not wander off and get them into trouble? Like, no, not Omega wandering off again.
She wasn't that far away because they could hear
No, she just wandered off. But obviously she was sneaking off, right? Like, but that's like, they use that like all the time.
They actually joked about
90% of the shit they get into is because the kid wanders off. And the other thing, okay, every movie, every show you've ever seen, are there giant spider webs? What do? You go the other way because you know there's giant spiders or spider-like creatures. Oh, no, we'll just cut our way through. No problem. there's giant spiders. There's always giant spiders. It's like going to the basement when you hear a noise in a scary movie. I hate when they use tired tropes like that. I mean, yeah, it came back around and stuff, and they used them in the.
May I ask you a question?
But they should have recognized bugs right away when there was giant spider webs. That's all. Sorry, what was that, Danny?
So may I ask you a question?
Of course.
What race do these people seem to look like on TV?
I'm sorry?
What race do the Bad Batch seem to look like?
Like the characters?
Yeah. They look more like you or more like me?
No, they look more like me.
Okay.
I would say, no, because they look like Aboriginal people from what is it, New Zealand or Australia?
Maori,
right? So they don't look like either of us, really.
Omega looks quite like y'all instead of me.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So you know what y'all are famous for. Oh, let's go see what's in that basement. Oh,
what's that noise?
It's not a horror film, Danny.
I'm just saying, giant spider webs.
Right, though?
I don't think me and Anzo going in there. I could be wrong.
I'm not going in there for giant spider webs. I like spiders. I mean, this place is full of freaking spider webs, but I'm not going somewhere with giant spiders.
Crispy, yeah, any reason there. Let's go in there.
That's all. It's just little things like that. Just little lazy, like overly used things. I hate it when they just overuse stuff.
I'm sorry. Chris wouldn't say that. The ego would. Oh, I got this. There's nothing wrong with it. Let's go in there.
I can handle a little bit of spiders.
I can handle that. I'm the ego.
But if it's giant spider webs, it's gonna be giant spiders.
Giant spiders for breakfast.
All right.
Kill it.
All right, Danny, what did you not like about this episode?
I agree a little bit with everybody said, especially what Dan said. You see something, look, man, giant spider, lightsaber, not Jedi, and I'm gonna have to be the baddest Jedi on the planet, even try to navigate that. Like my force powers are gonna be time 1,000,000 if I'm going in there, so I can just swipe a hand and get rid of them. Other than that, I'm not going in there. Like Anzo says, it's a slow burn. They need to kind of speed it up if they want to keep the attention of the Star Wars fans. Right now, everybody that I think on this panel is kind of like looking past this and looking forward towards Mandalorian. I know that's what I am. I'm just counting down to March 1st to see, hey, this right here, like I said, is just something. This is not even a hors d'oeuvre. This is like the last cracker in the Ritz box or something. And okay, I gotta eat.
Ones are all broken and crumbly.
So I won't starve if you're a Star Wars fan. But yeah, they gotta speed it up. This right here, like I said earlier, is a step in the right direction, but it's a little bit too slow for me. They need to speed it up. Overall, I'm not saying this episode, but overall, they need to speed this up. They're heading in the right direction with this lightsaber stuff and the Jedi stuff. I think it's got to keep a Jedi in there or a Sith in there, kind of keep people interested. Kind of like, I guess, the carrot, to keep that carrot in front of us. If they keep doing these side quests and we don't see anything, like Shifty said, a bunch of filler, then people going to lose interest. The only reason why I think the 6 of us are even on here is because of JJ. Other than that, we probably even had this Bad Batch roundtable. So they gotta do better.
Okay. So for me, my biggest dislike, and it's just this, not just this episode, but it's the whole series, last season, this season. It's like when you're doing a TV show, you do a filler episode every like 3 or 4 episodes that build into what the show's about. It's the Golden Girls, yes, you see the same thing happen every time and all that. It's very straightforward what it is. But when you deal with shows like this, or like Quantum Leap, for instance, not every episode of Quantum Leap is about him trying to get back. But there's always a little nod to that. You hear him say, well, this is a new problem. But now we have to fix this problem. It was the
theme of the show.
Yes.
Right?
That's the thing. And they continue to bring that up. It's like, while, there were different things going on, the overarching arc of the whole thing was get whichever one of the shows you want to talk about, get that person home. Same thing with Star Trek. It's like, space exploration. but they had reoccurring themes. You know, you like with Next Generation, you had the Klingon storyline, then you had, you know, Riker's storyline with Deanna sometimes, and then, you know, John Luke's, you know, arc with the Borg, and then you add Q into it. These things kept coming back, but the overall thing, you know, so I just find it really hard. What is so hard for these people not to understand? Tell us what the point is first, and keep making nods to it, even when you're not totally focused on it. It's like they don't understand. First episode, second episode, throw it at us hard. What's this season going to be about? Or if it's continuation of the season before, what's going on? What's going on? Like the first thing I said on the first show is they just acted like, you know, they left Camino, and it just got destroyed. Or even if it was a few months later or whatever, like the talk about it is so minute. She said, "Oh, our home was destroyed," and that's all they say about it. No. Your home was obliterated with you guys in it. I mean, it's like, don't you think that's a big thing? I mean, but they just act like, oh, you know, yeah, our home was destroyed too. Oh, well. And go on to whatever we're doing that has nothing to do with an overall arc. It's like, they really don't get how this is. And we said it a little bit about The Mandalorian, but even The Mandalorian seems to have a way and a formula that it works. This show, it was like halfway through last season that it took to get to a point.
Yeah, I don't know.
What?
I don't know about that. I last season was way better than this, and it did have a lot going for it. You had the chip controversy. You had or conspiracy. You had them dealing with the aftermath of Order 66. Them trying to find a place in the world. You know, where they weren't with, you know, the clones. They had to become a mercenary unit.
Most of that happened after episode 6. Most of it.
And then you had them getting used to having Omega around them and her being with the team.
Most of that happened after episode 6. That's what I'm talking about. It's like, so last season they had the same issues.
But you're discrediting the arc where Omega got kidnapped by Fennec Shan, which was great. And came before episode 6.
Episode 6 almost, if I remember. I had to go back and watch. But
4 or 5.
I think it was actually, I don't know, I'll look it up, but it doesn't.
It was early on.
My point, that's not early on. 4 or 5. That they should have been on to an arc 1 and 2. And then you back off of it, but you continue to talk about it.
When the show first starts, you got to have an introduction to the characters. You can't just immediately jump. I mean, this season,
these characters. That's the problem. You can add the flavor of each character as you go along in the thing, not build it brand new. Whenever we have met these characters before.
Last season was fine.
I actually agree with Chris. I'm like, listen, you can have your character development and everything you need in the series, but you can still progress the story going along. You don't wait until a quarter of the season to start progressing the story. You start that at the beginning, then you move away from it, give us character development, and then you come back to it. You can do that. But it seems like this show hasn't done that in either season yet.
Yeah.
They had a story last season. It was them trying to find a place in the world as a mercenary unit.
No, and it was Cad Bane. It wasn't Fennec Shan. Fennec Shan was after her, and it was episode 9 that she was kidnapped. I told you it was after episode 6. That's what I'm talking about. It takes forever to get to the point. And yes, the last half of last season got on a roll, and then we got it. But you can't keep doing it.
You also had Crosshair that left the team and stuff. Stuff did happen last season.
Yes,
it did happen here, but it wasn't anything that tied everything together.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what we're looking for. We're looking for something that ties everything together, other than just.
But also, y'all are forgetting this is kind of for kids, and Lord knows the shows that we rave about.
G.I. Joe. Didn't take 6 episodes for you to realize that Cobra and G.I. Joe were going at it. Transformers and Decepticons were going at it. It didn't take 12 episodes to get there.
Oh my God!
Thundercats
was shit today, boy.
Filler. Thundercats was filler.
Yes,
they had
don't remember. I don't remember any filler Transformers.
Thundercats, bro.
Exactly. You knew what you were getting right from the get-go. He-Man didn't wait till episode 7 to transform into. Prince Adam didn't take to episode 7 to transform into He-Man. He did it in the first fucking episode.
Mostly filler. That's what we're not taking into account. This is for kids. There's going to be filler. There's 16 episodes. This isn't for the 40-year-old people like us.
Such a cop-out.
Sometimes shit, the glass is half empty. You trying to see the half full. Sometimes shit is just half empty. Sometimes shit is just half empty, bro.
Dennis the Menace. It was everything. TV was filler today, and now we're complaining just because we see a couple of shows here and there.
All of those shows still had, like Dennis the Menace, for example, was basically Dennis causing trouble, right? That was like a purpose. Like it was still, it had like, there's just like, these guys are just so like, they're just floating around, and there's like little hints that they're like bothered by some things that are going on, but there's never any real like,
preach, Dan.
Yes, but it's cool. We're like, okay, this is what we're about. This is like, they don't have like a unified direction.
So many things were happening last season. I don't understand how anyone can say.
Lots of things happened
after episode 6. It's like it took them.
No, but even that, right? It was still, they were always reacting. They're always being reactionary. They're not being proactive.
World, they got to establish their business dealings with Sid coming into a new relationship with them. They got to establish, Omega being part of the team. You can't just jump into everything.
But they can
do all of that and still give something with the story. They can do all of that.
Yeah, I mean, even Buffy the Vampire Slayer, you knew she was there to slay vampires.
Yeah, let's go into that thing. He'll be talking all day. If we say the shit black, he say it white. You see it red.
It is. It's totally white.
Well, let's go to the next topic.
All right. Anyways. All right. So we got that done.
Fine. Whatever.
Let's talk about our final thoughts and our grades, since we did that, and we'll start there with Danny. Danny, final thoughts and grade.
This got to me a C plus. It needs to be better to me. It's really slow. I agree with some of the last statements. To me, my opinion, my 2 cents is that we don't know what they're doing. They're just going around doing side quest. There is no different direction what they're going to do. That's what some of us on this panel wants to see. If you choose not, and you're happy with it, that is your right to be happy with it. But
I don't think any of us are happy with it.
I can't tell by what you're saying, but anyway.
I'm talking season 1. I'm not talking about this season. I'm talking about season 1.
Okay. All right. Right now it's pretty boring. They have some good. They have glimpses of. You think it's heading in the right direction. For me, this glimpse in this episode was the Jedi. I hope they do more of that. I hope they show us what the hell is happening at the Order 66, because right now we really don't know. It seems very disjointed to me. So I don't know whether Dave Filoni needs to tighten it up or maybe consult with Mr. Lucas. But right now it seems very disjointed. And now I don't have any idea what is going on. I have no idea where it's going. I ain't got no prediction, because one episode makes you think this, the next episode makes you think that. So right now I don't have a clue. But overall, I give this grade on this particular episode a C plus.
Okay, C plus. Anzo.
Yeah, because like I said, like Danny said, we have no idea where the story is going, where the plot is taking us. We don't even know who the big baddie is right now. So I'm going to give this episode a D. I hope it picks up, and I'm pretty sure it will. But just to do it like 7 or 8 episodes in is a fail for me. So, yeah, D for me.
All right. Austinator.
I'm going to give this episode just a flat C. I mean, it was solid for what it was, but we're 6 episodes in. We should have had a story by now, and we didn't get it. So as far as my predictions go, here, guys, this is gonna be groundbreaking. All right, I need everybody to sit down. Okay.
I am sitting down.
Well, you might want to sit down in another chair because this is gonna be crazy.
Put a chair on top of a chair to double sit.
Yeah, it's gonna be insane. The Bad Batch are gonna go on a mission for Sid. Okay. It's gonna be. I don't know what the mission will be, but it'll just be a mission. They'll probably be grabbing
something. Go get something for Sid.
They're gonna get either something for Sid or
just
something for Sid, and then all of a sudden something's gonna go wrong. Okay. I don't know what the problem's gonna be, but it's gonna happen. All right, funny. And then at the end, you might think that they're gonna actually get something. They make you believe that they're gonna get something, that they're actually gonna succeed, but then something's gonna happen, and they're gonna fail the mission, and then they're just gonna shrug their shoulders and go, "Well, that just happened." And then they're gonna turn it into a life lesson. So, that's just my predictions at this point. I mean, that's what we've been getting for the last 6 episodes. So,
damn.
That's all I got.
Wish they did a G.I. Joe public service announcement at the end of the episode. That would be fantastic.
The more you know.
And now we failed, and failing is half.
No, they get accused of being woke.
Yeah, but
these days
that sucks. Yep. That's what I would do.
All right, so the Bad Batch have approximately done 11 missions for Sid. How many of those missions do you think they've actually completed? I think this should be a counter. I think we need to start keeping actual count.
That would require us to go back and rewatch episodes.
Close to 1 to 2%.
You can't count two of them she didn't do because she asked him to go on a race one. So that wasn't a mission. That was a favor to her.
Well, no, she said they had to go because they needed to still earn her keep. So I count that as a mission, which is successful because
last week they went and find that big dinosaur shit. That wasn't a mission for Sid. That was something they did on their own. So can't count that.
But the beginning of this one was, and they failed it.
Do we know that they failed it?
Yes, because they the robots just let. It's like they
didn't say anything. The robots weren't they supposed to deliver the components?
I don't think they got paid. I don't think they got paid.
They were there to deliver something for Sid. They don't just hand it to them.
Maybe
they're supposed to get paid.
They might have got paid, and then there was shit went down after that.
I don't think they got paid.
I don't think so either. Maybe that's something they need to do is make it very clear if they have or haven't gotten paid. Like, here is the money we owe you. Oh shit's going down. Okay, well we got the money. Let's go.
Well, maybe they finished the exchange, and then the shit went down. We don't really know that they didn't get paid. We're just assuming they didn't.
I'm pretty sure they didn't get paid. Pretty sure they didn't get paid. Anyways, okay. So, Dandelion.
Well, I'm going to give the trees an A because I love trees, and I'm going to give the episode. Then I'll just give the episode an A because they had trees in it that were beautiful.
Okay. Wow.
I'm all about trees. Those were nice trees. What do I think is going to happen? What I hope is going to happen is more. I was really interested when they had the other clones starting to question Order 66 and sort of rebelling. I thought that was like an interesting turn that the show was taking. I really liked that. And I'm hoping they do a little more like defecting clones and things like that. And I don't know whether I don't know whether he's going to ever question just taking orders as opposed to I think that was sort of your public service announcement was about, should you just do things because you're somebody who's in charge of you told you to do it, or should you question whether things you're being told to do are right or wrong? And that even in and of itself was an interesting part of the show, right? That he was just following orders. And that's always like a big societal question. Do we just follow orders or do we do things because we know they're right or wrong? Other than that, I hope that they pick a lane, not just do random missions, but actually do missions that follow their morals or that give them a purpose, right? Not just like, you know what I mean? They could choose to like deliver things and do these kind of interchanges as long as they lock Omega in a box or something before they start. Maybe they need like a little cage to put her in or something on the ship. It's just, they did burn some trees though, Tim. But they did, well, and they may have shot a tree, but I think trees can take it. They're pretty solid. Those were pretty big trees. But yeah, that's what I'm kind of hoping they get some of that. I mean, yeah, if they go around rescuing like escaped Jedi, that would be cool. But there's all kinds of like, there's so many people we know in this universe that need, you know, a crew of really good people. Although they don't seem to be quite as like kick-ass as they were in the first season, right? Like they were taking down large groups of opponents, and now they seem to be kind of evenly matched or overmatched. Like they don't seem to be as kick-ass as they once were. I'm just, which is fine, you know. You can't have everybody be like always win every battle, but it'd be nice if they won a few. Anyway.
Okay.
So
and Shifty, I want to know, when did they meet Sid? What episode did they meet Sid in the first season?
Heck, I don't know. It
was about halfway through, wasn't it?
Was it halfway through?
Episode 5. That's my point. It's like,
okay,
everything waits till late. It's like you're almost halfway through a season by the time it gets started.
Yeah, but they had to have the introduction to the characters. They had to,
you don't have to introduce characters you already know. Anzo said it best, especially when you're dealing with characters you know. Like, for instance, think about this. Beverly Hills Cop, when they introduced Rosewood, they go with it as they go along, and then the next season or the next movie came up, and they didn't reintroduce him. They just added to his character, and then they added the character.
Different thing, apples and oranges.
All right, you know what? Just because Danny said it, sometimes the glass is half empty. Just sometimes it is.
It was Shifty's turn to talk.
Tell
us what you think will happen, Shifty, and what you're
doing. Starlight Pit don't care about turns.
All right, Shifty. Overall thoughts and grade.
I give it a B for big ass cat.
Nice.
My final thoughts are: I think like I said, they have planted seeds. These seeds will grow, but it's taken too long for the seeds to grow. Okay, I'm not a fan of this season. I'm trying to get that across. I'm a fan of season 1, and I think they had a lot going on in season 1, despite what you guys are complaining about. I'm telling you, there was only 2 episodes I didn't like in the first season. All right, this season there's only 2 episodes I do like in this season. So they don't have the same oomph, if you will, what they're writing this year. I don't know if it's because somebody up top told them to just kidify it or don't make it as politically charged or whatever. I don't know. It's not. It doesn't have the same vibe. I don't think, and it doesn't. I don't know. But hopefully it'll pick up. Like I said, they got the clone storyline. They got the possible clone rebellion storyline. They got Sid turning on them. They got the Empire hunting them down. Something's going to happen. Hopefully it'll happen soon.
Someone needs to play the violins while Shifty's talking.
I think it has to be the small violin.
What made this episode give you the B?
I liked it. I like Wookiees. I like Jedi Wookiees. I like big ass cats. I like Kashyyyk.
B for seeds.
Huh?
I mean, I don't disagree with the seeds thing, but by now, you see, seeds are planted in episode 1 and 2. That way, by the time you get to episode 6 and 7, the water that you put on them, it starts making them actually grow.
They didn't plant the seeds in episode 1. They should have, but they didn't.
That's a problem. And they didn't do it last season either.
They did. They
did.
They
didn't.
Maybe the seeds just aren't viable.
No, the seeds are viable because it ties directly into the Grogu storyline.
The water they were trying to use was in a glass that was already half empty.
Okay, stop picking on Shifty. Shifty's allowed to be positive about this show. Dang it. JJ would be looking down from above, and he would be like, correct. Come on, guys, get it together.
That is correct. Positive. That's his right.
But it doesn't mean he is right, though.
No, but this is YouTube. You know how rare it is for somebody to be positive about anything? Come on.
Hey, I'm positive about the police force all the time. What are you talking about?
Right. What are you talking about?
Oh, hold on. Danny.
We have no followers.
Hold on. Danny, hold on. No, I got a bone to pick with you later, but for this one, I'm guessing you didn't watch the end of the OOC on Wednesday, right? Where for like 5 minutes we praised you.
No, I did not.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
It probably didn't even happen.
It totally happened. I was listening.
Yes, we were praising you.
There was much petting.
You T Monzo. You Roberto, y'all all T Monzo.
No, we were praising you, Danny. We were like
the 2%.
Oh, you heard that part?
2%. You all trying to say only 2% of cops in the United States that are good. That is some bull drive.
I don't know about that one.
All right. Austin, you gave yours. Dandelion, you gave yours. Yeah, you gave yours. You gave it a C minus,
isn't it?
I gave it a D. We gave it. Danny gave it.
It's just you left.
Yeah, it's just you.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure. I'm going to give it a flat C. I won't disagree with Shifty on the seeds thing, but it's a matter of when and how they're doing it. And I think that they did it the same way last season. I mean, yes, by the time we got to the end of the season, we're all like, okay, this isn't bad. But the first 4 or 5 episodes, we were all complaining about how Omega acted around.
Yeah, she's very irritating.
I still find her irritating.
And it was at Camino. She was there for the first half of the season almost in Camino, and nothing really happened. And then it started moving. But they're doing it again. It's like you should learn from your mistakes. People actually started liking this show about this time last season. You need to do better at how you started. Slow burn or not, you can have a slow burn, but listen, when you don't even like the match till episode 6.
How many episodes was the last year, Chris? Season 1.
I think it was 16 again. I'll look.
I don't think it was that many.
I seem to remember 12, but maybe I'm wrong.
Might have been. I'm looking it up.
No, I was right. I'm looking at it right now. 4 and 5 had Fennec Shannon. I was wrong about her being kidnapped by Fennec Shannon, but there was a 2-parter in episode 4 and 5 where Fennec Shannon showed up and tried to kidnap her, and that was 2 great episodes. 2 great episodes, 4 and 5, season 1.
It didn't do anything for the overall arc.
It was a great 2-parter. It did a lot.
They were great episodes for sure. There's been good episodes, but I've just never had a sense of
direction.
Reason. Like they don't have like a firm moral center that they're working from.
The direction was they were trying to get back.
How many, Chris?
16. Same amount.
God, I can't believe it. God.
Wow.
We'll see.
We'll
see how it goes.
We're so underwhelming, I can't remember.
The first 4 where we were all like, okay, let's get it going.
Omega, I like Omega now, but last season I couldn't stand her.
Well, we gave her that damn crossbow. That bow. That was nice.
I was on episode 4 because episode 4 was great.
I still can't stand Omega.
All right. Well, with that said, guys, we're going to close this up. We're going to go around and have everybody tell you about themselves one last time. We'll start down with Shifty. Shifty, tell everybody about yourself.
You can find me on Twitter. I'm Shifty. That's it.
There you go. Austinator.
Man, I got so much.
That's what she said.
Yeah, you're right. That's what she said. I
You
should
know
have
she ain't
caught
saying that to Ostinator.
It could be.
Damn. All right.
Never
I
underestimate.
see how it is.
Never underestimate the young nerdsters.
Okay.
True.
Trust me. When you got to study.
Too much information. I don't really need to know.
You have to study a little bit, and then once you study a little bit, you get a 100%. At least that's what I was told.
Sure. Great.
Just because I got so much going on, it's gonna take up way too much time. Just check me out tonight for the Death of Superman review on my channel at 9:15. And you can just find me everywhere else. Chris, thanks for having me on.
Not a problem. Dandelion.
Oh, right. I'm Dandelion Fluff. I don't have a channel, so I just turn up randomly on other people's streams and chats.
There you go. Anzo?
Yeah, before I finish, let me get into this real quick. Give me like 5 minutes. So, Danny Graham is my boy, but he says some slick stuff out his mouth, and I never got to address this the other night. But we were on Chillmonger's channel, and we're talking about Black Panther. And he said he loved Black Panther, and then he quickly said, "But that Rihanna song, oh my God, I'm so sick of that." And I sat there and said, "Danny, that's the intro to my OOC, right?" That was in my mind, so that's when.
No. Your intros sound better than that, but when you hear it on the radio where I live at, every hour on the hour, lift me up. Okay, I want to tell her to shut the fuck up. What I'm telling you, after I hear it 10 times in 1 hour.
Yeah, I hear it. I hear it too.
They can overplay songs.
And then the second thing was I was watching the sports show, and I just happened to click on it. So he's reading the super chats, and I hear him say comic chat. So I'm like, wait a minute, Danny, right? But then I'm like, nah. Then he goes through it, and then he says he's box office, and I'm like, yep, that's Danny right there. The minute I heard them say that Kyrie was box office, I was like, that's Danny. So I text Danny, I'm like, Danny, you super chatted? Danny was like, yeah, I did. So it was cool that he actually read out Danny's super chat on the stream, so that was cool. Yeah. But other than that, Big Afford Entertainment.
I like that cat.
I like him too. He's good. He's good. Imagine we could get him on the show. Danny, awesome. That would be great, But yeah, it was something we should look onto. Maybe we could send him a super chat and see. But other than that, Big Afford Entertainment. Tomorrow night will be Danny Graham's show, The Chaotic Conversation. Wednesday night will be the OOC. Got another banger, of course. Another couple cop things going on. Absolutely, 100%. And then Friday will be a tournament. And I'm not sure which one we will do yet. I'll put a little whatever. I think I had vote on which one. I think it's the best catchphrases. So we'll see. But other than that, great to be here. And hopefully we can get through another, 10 episodes with something happening.
Ooh, don't say that number.
But yeah, that's it.
All right. Danny.
You can see me later on tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Storms Live. Like I was just said, tomorrow my show, Chaotic Conversation, tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the topic will be a few of my favorite things. So if you're not doing anything, please come check it out. And yeah, man, we're doing this for JJ, man. So as bad as we may think it is and don't like some episodes, I think our heart's in the right place. We're doing it for a good cause. So that makes me keep pressing on.
JJ.
That's right. With that said, yeah, we're here mostly for that. I mean, I watched this because I hope that it gets better. I mean, there are parts of the last season I really did like, and I'm hoping it gets back there. But yes, JJ is the reason why we're doing this, because this was something he did last season, and hey, did a great job. Real Review 3000 is my channel, like Danny said, and Anza said. Tomorrow night, Chaotic Conversation on here on this same channel. Tonight, the weekly wrap up and Hanstar Sunday Fun Day will all be at one time. We're doing it at 9 o'clock Eastern, simulcast on Hanstar's channel and my channel. And we'll be doing Jackbox games. We'll be doing what the dub,
but not split the room. Not
probably about 5 or 6 games to split the room.
No, then I just woke up.
We won't tell you that.
So you're gonna start that at 9, Chris?
Yes.
Oh,
when today?
I might not be able to join.
Tonight.
Dump off at 10.
You can come on for a game or two. Anyways, that's what we're doing. And
what's the name of that game? I'm sorry. Where like you get to guess the percentage. I like that one.
Oh yeah, that's espionage.
Yeah, I love that one.
I like it too. Not everybody does.
I don't mind that one.
I think that's the best game.
I like it better than Split the Room.
I think it's fun.
I like it better
and the
than
more people you have watching it, what's cool is the more people who watch it, if you have a lot of people in the audience, it actually polls the audience. So you have to guess what the audience will say.
Yeah, that really throws things for shit, man.
Yeah, I don't like that one about in the haunted house. I hate that one.
Oh, I like that.
Job's the worst.
Yeah, I won't even. You know what though? Job's fun to just be in the audience because you get to build those weird inspirational posters while everyone's doing their weird shit.
That's true. All right. With that said, guys, we're done here. Thank you, everybody who watched. Make sure if you watch this at the fact that if you're not yet subbed to Khaos Central, click that sub button, smash the like button, share it out with your friends, tell everybody about us. We are over 300. Thank you. 301. But we got a lot farther.
I'd say go through the poll answers, but I don't want this to be longer. So,
wait,
if you were interested in the polls, they were in the chat. You missed them.
Yeah,
Jedi mind trick them.
We
can just pretend they never happened. It's all good.
No, we go over it really quick. Didn't take that long.
Sorry.
First one, did you like it? Did you not like it? Was it okay? Was it bad? All that, whatever. And actually, I may not be able to go to it now. No, I can't. So, if you watch the live replay, you get to see it. There you go, guys. Merry Christmas. I don't know. Whatever. Guys. Bye.
Bye.
Peace.
Chris messing up the poll.